What's going on, everybody? Hair here, and man, what a game. What a crazy game. Your Las Vegas Raiders lose in overtime to the San Francisco 49ers, 37-34. And this was just such an epic game. This was incredible. Bunch of storylines, backstory, back and forth. Number one defense versus pretty much the worst defense. You have a quarterback that's never started a game, Jared Stidham, making their debut against the number one defense in the 49ers. And it just spelled disaster from the get-go. You have Derek Carr being benched. You have reports even today coming out. Derek Carr is not done, even though he said millions of times he will only play for the Raiders. If not, he'll retire. Reports saying today he has his best football ahead of him. He does not want to retire. And then again, Jared Stidham, who played under Tom Brady, who is even rumored to come to Vegas as well, banking to make his first start against the 49ers. Josh McDaniels drafted him, and this game was just incredible. Stidham, hats off to Stidham. Slow clap for Stidham. He had a hell of a game. I'll give all credit where credit is due. Threw 3 touchdowns, had over 360 yards, most against the 49ers this year, opposing quarterback. He broke records, did all that. Davante Adams broke the Raider record for receiving yards. Josh Jacobs is still your leading rusher, but it's all for nothing because we lose. This could have been such a Cinderella ending, happy book ending, happy story ending with, all odds against the Raiders, overtime, all that. We won the toss even, but, we didn't get the victory, and that's what counts at the end. I will say the defense is absolutely atrocious. Terrible. Cannot cover anything. Once again, as much as Stidham played great, there was times he did make a couple errant throws, and then of course the interceptions. Some argue they weren't his fault. I think the last one was just Bosa being a beast, but he shouldn't have thrown that ball to begin with. I think he was very confident, which is good, but probably shouldn't have thrown that ball. Ended an interception, and that's just what it is. No excuses. That was on him. Even though Bosa made a good play, that was still on Stidham. He shouldn't have thrown that ball. Kind of reckless. So this is a weird situation we're in right now because the Carr supporters, as people call them, the Kardashians, they can say, oh, same thing. Look, we lost. We were up by 10. McDaniels blew another 10-digit lead. Double-digit lead, and they're very right about that. And I'm saying they vaguely because I do like Carr, but I'm a realist in the sense where, hey, he's had 9 years, and you can again, the Carr supporters always say, the hard supporters always say, he's always had a bottom dweller defense. He has the coaching carousel that's continuously changing. Might even happen next year. But the problem is last year, again, his 8th year, we were a playoff team. This year you add Davante Adams and Chandler Jones. Davante Adams, one of the best receivers in the league. Today he just balled out, and you don't even make playoffs. Carr looks like he regressed a little bit. Again, do I think Carr is the only issue on the Raiders squad? No, he's not the only issue on the Raiders squad. But I do think Stidham, maybe because he played under McDaniels before, had a way better grasp for the game, the playbook, than Carr did, even though it's just one game. And you can say, oh, teams didn't get to, have tape on him. But listen, Stidham did some things that I think even the biggest Carr supporters will say, Stidham did some things that Carr just would not do, especially that 60-yard touchdown pass to Davante Adams. Stidham stood in the pocket, knew he was going to get hit. We all know Carr would have thrown that away or ran out of bounds. That's just the way it is. He's always played a tidbit scared when there was pressure ever since his injury. There is no way even the biggest Carr supporter will say that he would have done that throw to Davante Adams and scored that touchdown that they did. Again, Stidham wasn't perfect, but for one game, for his first start against the number one defense, he played awesome. Again, reckless towards the end. Moment got too big for him. Just being honest. Maybe he's not the answer either. It's just too soon to see. He's 26 years old. Again, played great. Made mistakes at the end. It is what it is. We blew another 10-point lead. Our defense is atrocious. McDaniels, I'm still not a fan of him. Carr, it seems like the writing's on the wall already. Carr is not going to be here. I hate to break it to all the Carr supporters, the Kardashians. Carr will not be here anymore. They declined his option. They sent him home. There's 2 games left. They're going to release him before February 15th, if not find a trade partner. But if you're a competent franchise, you know that Carr can just easily be released the next day or the next week if you're negotiating a deal in February. And it is what it is. That's just what's going to happen. Carr will not be here anymore. We'll see what kind of ripple effect that happens if Devontae requests a trade. After today, I think he will see that Vegas will be okay as long as they have somebody decent at quarterback. I will say right now, I'm not crazy about getting Tom Brady. Stidham, let's see what he does, but bring in some quarterback competition too, and just see what happens. Because it is what it is. Season's over. We're done. Put a fork in us. But there's a lot of decisions left to be made. Raiderland was horrible this year. We added the best receiver in the NFL and just took a shit, basically. It sucks. We're fucked. Our defense is fucked. And Carr will be somewhere else. So the Raider team will look very different next year, and hopefully we can make the playoffs again. Until then, watch out for those Sacramento Kings. Playoff time, that's it. Raiders lose. We're out of the playoffs. That's it. That's it. Here's the hair.